Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. My name is Rebecca, and today you'll be joining me in my kitchen where we make some really delicious cinnamon rolls. And these are a really quick and easy recipe that you can whip up in a matter of minutes. You'll still end up with a super ooey gooey cinnamon roll, much like you'd find at Cinnabon. These are a great option if you just don't have the time or energy to make the homemade version, and you still end up with a really delicious result. So follow along while we make the super easy recipe for cinnamon rolls. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do for making these super easy cinnamon rolls is we're going to take some store-bought cinnamon rolls. You can get the deluxe jumbo ones or the smaller regular size ones. They come between 4 to 8 in a package. We'll remove them from their packaging and save the little icing package in there. I'm using my USA pan, so they're already a non-stick surface. If you're using a glass pan or a pan that tends to stick, just make sure that you butter or grease your pan really well. So I have two pans here because I plan to do two different versions of this. One, I'm going to do the original recipe of this. And the other one I'm going to do is a slightly less calorie version. So the regular recipe will use some heavy cream. For the less calorie version, we'll use some half and half. So for these particular cinnamon rolls, there are 4 per package. I normally would have just purchased the regular size cinnamon rolls that come with 8 in the package, but these are on sale and were actually cheaper, so I purchased these this time. So usually when you make homemade cinnamon rolls, they have to rest for quite a while, and they're very delicious, and I really enjoy homemade cinnamon rolls, but sometimes you just don't have the time or energy to make them. So this is a nice option on days like that. So I'm going to place these icings aside here, and these deluxe ones, they came with a little mixture of a cinnamon sauce. We'll kind of spread these out. Alright, so in this first pan we're going to put the heavy cream in here. So in the original recipe we're going to add about 1 to 2 cups of heavy cream. So I have 1 cup here. In the smaller pan I'll be using the half and half. So I have about 1 cup of half and half here. Now we're going to create a sauce that goes over the top of all of these. So in these measuring cups here, I have 1 stick of butter or half a cup of butter that's been melted. And to that I'll add a half cup of brown sugar, about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Now I'll just mix this together. So in essence, we're making our own cinnamon sauce like this extra package that came with these deluxe cinnamon rolls. I was going to add them too, but I think I'm going to keep the recipe as it should be and keep it simple. And I think I'll save these and I can use these when I make some homemade cinnamon rolls in the future. So now all we need to do is pour this cinnamon and sugar and butter mixture that we created over the top of our store-bought cinnamon rolls. I'll do the same for our slightly less calorie cinnamon rolls here with the half and half. It's a nice option to have for some of your guests or family. And if you don't happen to have heavy cream, then at least you know you can still make it with some half and half. Alright, so now what we're going to do is cover these with some aluminum foil. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, so what I'm going to do is bake these for about 40 to 45 minutes. Now I'll take a peek and see if they need a little more cooking. If they do, then I'll remove the foil and let them cook a few more minutes until they get a little more golden brown. But to start, let's put them in for 40 to 45 minutes. All right guys, these super easy cinnamon rolls are all finished baking. So let me get these onto the cooling rack here. Closer look. See how much they have expanded? By adding that half and half in this pan and the heavy cream in this pan, these cinnamon rolls have really expanded, a lot like you would see in a homemade cinnamon roll. You didn't have to let these rise to get the nice size and the tenderness to the dough. So I'll let these cool ever so slightly, and then I will add the icing that came with them in the package. These smell absolutely delicious, and I cannot wait to try these. All right, these cinnamon rolls have cooled just slightly, so now I'm going to add the icing. If you put the icing on when they're still a little warm, it really helps to melt the icing, and then it gets into all these little nooks and crannies of the cinnamon rolls. So first I'll just kind of squirt it on here from the little tube that it has. I'll take an offset spatula and just spread over the top so that the icing gets over all of the cinnamon roll. So here we have some really awesome looking and smelling cinnamon rolls. This was a super simple recipe, and you just use store-bought cinnamon rolls to start, added a few ingredients, and this is the end result. So when I baked these, I did 45 minutes covered with foil, and then I removed the foil and baked them an additional 5 minutes just to get them a little more golden brown on the top, and that was at 350 degrees. Now we have them all iced with the icing that came in the package. Now let me get some of these onto a plate. So on this left pan, this is the one that had the heavy cream. You can see how tender that cinnamon roll is. And then in the right pan, this one had the half and half. Here's a closer look at them. They're really soft, and there's so much tenderness to these cinnamon rolls. See all the added sauce and butter and sugar and cinnamon that we put in. So good. This is a really simple recipe, and the end result is so tasty. It reminds me very much of a Cinnabon cinnamon roll, and you can easily make this at home. So these cinnamon rolls are so moist and ooey and gooey and delicious. I have a hard time telling the difference between the heavy cream and the half and half, so if you don't have heavy cream in the house, rest assured the half and half version will be really tasty as well. I hope you enjoyed our time together in the kitchen, where we made this really simple recipe using some store-bought cinnamon rolls and adding a few more ingredients to make it our own, to make these awesome cinnamon rolls you'll be proud to share with your guests and friends. If you like more inspiration on things that you could make for bridal showers, baby showers, or brunch, perhaps a birthday get-together, you can check out some other recipes I have in my recipes and in the kitchen playlist. And if you're interested in food preservation techniques, I have a playlist on that as well. But if you're new to the channel and haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.